So, Epoch. Normally I would be hosting trainings on here to tell you how to do this, firsthand, so you actually know. But there are no private servers in Epoch, and unless I host at 3 a.m., we're not going to get an empty server. So I'm just going to show you how to do it without an empty server. Here's how you play Epoch. Go up to this gang vendor right here. If you're in the TOC gang, great. If you're not, that sucks. Ask us to join. Ask us to add you. Alright, here's your shop vendor. He is one of the most important parts. You have three things in here that are useful to you. One, the screwdriver. Two, the stolen key card if you do not already have the game pass. And three, the juggernaut. Juggernaut is only important during our riots, or if there are a ton of combatives on. Use this sparingly because it costs 750. Very expensive. You passively gain money in Epoch. However, if the passive income is not enough, let's say you are 200 short of the juggernaut and you do not want to wait 100 minutes. Come to this. You can work here. You can cook burgers or pizza to gain money. 60 credits per food item created. It takes roughly 3 to 5 minutes to get the completed food item. Now I'm going to go over here. I have a Game Pass card already, but you do not, most likely. I have a screwdriver now. Alright, I will show you where these vents go real quick. One of these vents are the most useful. The other two are not so much. This is the skywalk vent. It will bring you straight up here to the skywalk, as stated by the name. We're going to go back down because if you fall too far in Epoch, there's a chance you can break your leg, and that makes you so incredibly slow. It like completely deteriorates your running speed. There's a guy up there. Our second vent, which is also probably the second least important vent, skywalk vent being the least important. This is our vent to the viewing room, which you can see up over there. Let's get a closer look. There. You will see a lot of Foundation staff watching you from there. Maybe SD, maybe MTF if they don't want to sit in there and watch you right in front of your face. There's a raider right here. He's on the raider team. I don't recommend becoming a raider. It's almost never worth it. Here is your viewing room. We're going to go back down into CDC. You can play Minesweeper on these little computers around the site, by the way. And our finally most useful vent that you will always take, our kitchen vent. This will bring you to the ENTS subsector located in Sector 1. That's a mouthful. There's a lot of glass in there. A lot of D-class like going over there to break the glass for no reason. You can do that. I completely condone it. It is very funny. Alright, here we are. Here's our ENTS spawn right here. That's why it's the ENTS subsector. Now this is the door leading into Sector 1 here. This is where all the glass is. But more importantly, this is like your comm area. However, it is right next to the combative garage. They do not usually take this entrance, but in case they do, be wary. Over here, you got another shopkeeper. He got a med kit, a bandage, and a Glock, as well as a free flashlight. They are all cheaper than the prices in the D-class shop. If you want to buy one of those things, wait to come here. Passing by more glass. There's nothing in that room, by the way. That is specifically for events, and it cannot be open on normal site times. This is your breach shelter. Civils and SD will go over here during certain protocols. If 106 is breached, they probably will not go over here because they do not want to clump up. This game does not protect them from 106 in the breach shelter. To open it, you would have to shove your head in here and go to get the keycard reader. However, this is against the rules, so do not do this. Simply ignore this area if it is not open and you are using it as a hiding spot. Moving on. Over here, Gate A. I am not going to show you the outside area. It is massive and it's not worth your time. This is where you can become a raider. You go down here and go through this big old gate. It will sound a massive alarm and everyone knows you're going to become a raider. Also, you literally are gonna have your team in the leaderboard saying that you're a raider. You don't want that. Following over here, this is our sector 1 light containment zone. Oh, sorry, no. This is entrance zone. I think this is sector. I don't even know which sector this is. Might be sector 1. This is SCP 500, your first useful SCP. Always just take this guy. There's no downside to it, really. Maybe it's going to fill up your inventory space, but who cares about that, really? SCP-1123, you will never use this guy. Don't bother. SCP-261, you will never use this guy. Don't bother. It's completely random what items you get, as well as their effects. This is SCP-559. Do not use this while you are a Juggernaut. It will instantly kill you. This will shrink you, and be wary. It does stop every single bit of your sprint. We're going over here, skipping over to grab the hat before this guy does. He already did. If you wear it, it will make you invisible for, like, I think maybe 30 seconds, and it has, like, a 5-minute cooldown. Use it sparingly, but it's a lifesaver. Always grab it if you can. There is a limit of one person having it in their inventory at a time. This is maybe the most important SCP in Light Containment Zone, SCP-1162. You have to trade in here to get a level 4 keycard. If you do not get a level 4 keycard, you will not be able to breach in Heavy Containment Zone. Alternatively, you can get a Raider keycard like I just did. It won't open Heavy Containment Zone doors, but it'll open most other things, such as the Raider, such as Gate A door to become a Raider, which will always spawn you with a Raider keycard. You won't have to worry about going through this guy, which you probably should. Anyway, ooh, a level 4 card. I got this pretty fast. Normally you will not get this fast. This will open pretty much everything you need it to. Raider card will open Modern Containment Zone. Level 4 will open Heavy Containment Zone. That's an easy way to remember it. While I'm walking over, I'll list the items that 1162 can give. It can give you a pistol. I'm pretty sure the Magnum 1911 is what it gives. It can give you an ace card, which is useless, a wallet, which is useless, a Titanic ticket, which is useless, and a crumpled up paper, which is also useless. You do not want those. It can give you a knife, pretty useless. I would never take a knife in there. And yeah, that is basically it. It does not give a lot, but it's very rare to get a level 4 in Raider card. Now that we have exited the entrance zone, we will go over here. This is our generator. The only thing that does something is the middle sector power. If you shoot that enough, it will turn out all the power in the site. I do not recommend doing this unless you're just doing it to troll, because there's absolutely no ENTS online or an esoteric on Omelette Online, because it will just blind you, and most combatives do have night vision goggles. I do want to mention that my favorite route in this game is going through that ENTS subsector vent, getting my level 4 keycard as well as my light containment zone items, and going back through the subsector vent. Most of the times, combatives will not shoot you, and in CDC there is a wall broken, which I will put on the screen now, that leads straight to Modern Containment Zone. There is a drop there. Alright, back to this. You have this gate. Here, right here, is a scanner. Do not cross this if you are 008. You can cross it normally. However, I turned it off. Unless you have it already turned off, do not cross it. It will trigger a massive lockdown, and it will lock down Heavy Containment Zone gate. That's not the issue, though. You can get past that. You can go around it. If you have your level 4 keycard, it will be completely fine, which you need anyway. But the issue is that it sounds a blaring alarm, so everyone knows you're affected now. 035. I do not recommend taking this guy in normal circumstances. This is your last resort and your main force in riots. You will die after 5 minutes of wearing this. It will give you insane buffs, though. Best period was 008, of course. You never not want to grab 008. SCP-457. This is a guy you can just breach. I don't recommend breaching him too often. He's like a pretty mediocre breach. But if you want to, you can. And you can feed him. SB-049, I won't bother to show you him because he's an actor only. You cannot breach him by normal means, really. Same for SCP-173, sadly. They are actor only. SCP-008, arguably the most important SCP in moderate containment zone. Probably, no, not even arguably, it's just the most important. Let's walk up to the gas now. This will not hurt you in any way. I am now healed. I have a health boost, and I have a massive speed boost. And look at that, I can still use guns. Everything you can do as a normal guy works in 008. You never don't take this guy. It's just a buff. There's nothing else. Now, let's say you have a really hear guy, alright? He has a really great hearing, 939 level hearing. You want to take this vent. Vents always make sounds. Everyone around the site can hear it if they listen and hard enough. So, if you take a vent, they'll know someone took a vent, but they don't know where. Now, this is the scanner you never want to cross if it's active. We're going to cross it because it's inactive. If you're exiting the normal way, you're going to go to the left here if the scanner's on. And if you're heading to heavy containment zone because it's simply faster. This like little garage thing has a hole that will lead straight to this side. If you have to, take it. There's no reason not to, really. This is useless, don't bother. Walking up to this massive gate. This gate, just like Zone A gate, will make a massive blaring alarm throughout the entire site. Do not use it under any circumstances. Well, actually, if you do... Okay, well, actually... If you do use it, the only reason you'll be using it is to let SCPs trapped in heavy containment zone out. Use this ladder or else you could break your leg. I could have broken my leg there. Now would be a good time to mention, if you are affected by any SCP at all, 035 or 008, or even the hat, the SCP instances do not care about you. Look at this guy crouching away. 939, it depends on hearing, so... He does not care about me because I am affected. Run, man. 939 is not that fast. I do like to bring 939 into 106's containment. He's gonna die. 939 is not a one-shot. Know that. And he does not give any damaging debuffs. He's a 3-shot. 939, he will slowly kill you, of course. 3 bites to kill. He is just an easy breach. Open his doors, he will eventually breach. I do like bringing him to 106's containment chamber because combatives have to go there with another person to breach him, to recontain him. This is SCP-017. If you want to breach him, you need to turn his lights out and open his gate doors. You can open this door from the top elevator. There's also a switch up there that you have to shoot a glass case to pull the lights off. Once you do that, you will be running rampantly around heavy containment zone. You cannot outrun him. He is the best SCP to breach here. SCP-096. Never breach this guy. He is so incredibly useless and underpowered. You have to be unaffected, which means you can't breach a lot of the other powerful SCPs. And 2, he is not that effective at all. If you want to breach him, though, go for it. There's no one stopping you. SCP-017. This is also a weak SCP to breach. This, next to 939, is just an SCP you can breach while on the way if you are affected. Or if you have the hat. 939, you can also breach while non-affected, of course, but there's a chance he could chase and be really annoying. SCP-106, normally the crown jewel of breaches in any SCP game. He is the second best breach in this game. He will just instantly appear under anyone who is near him. It doesn't have to be Foundation personnel, it can be literally anyone, which is sometimes an issue. He gets stuck very easily on objects if you try to get him stuck. So yeah. I'm going to show you how to breach him, but only him. I do not care to try it with anyone else. As for this guy, if you're unaffected while breaching him, there's only one way you can survive your trip. Alright? Let's go up here and I will show you. Now, this elevator right here, if you are unaffected, if you go down this elevator in a decent amount of time after turning this gravity and breaker off, you will die. It is guaranteed. You don't have to mess with any of the door controls, by the way. Now that 106 is out, he will be running rampant around the site. If you are unaffected and do not have the hat, just wait for him to go for someone else. If you have the hat, put it on and go down the elevator. That is all for Epoch. That is all I need to show you. Play the game and you'll learn more. That's all I have time for. Thanks for watching, and heavy containment zone breaches in this game give a lot, so breach a lot.